Coming up, the regular season comes to an end for MC. The young Raptors have shown promise this season, but some key injuries have taken their toll. Regionals start tomorrow, and they're looking to build some momentum here tonight. The Nova Nighthawks have had their ups and downs this season, but they're an experienced team with an imposing front line, led by sophomore Jules Bennett. Tonight, from Rockville, Raptors, Nighthawks, starting now.
From Rockville, tonight, the Northern Virginia Community College Nighthawks meet the Montgomery College Raptors in NJCAA College Volleyball. I'm Michael Brown alongside my partner Marcus Rosano. And Marcus, I know it's hard to believe, but tonight is the final game of the regular season for these two teams. The playoffs, well, they start tomorrow night. The Montgomery College Raptors will travel to Anne Arundel Community College. They'll be competing in the NJCAA D3 Region 20 tournament, while Northern Virginia will be competing in the NJCAA D2 Region 20 tournament. And on the line for both these teams is a berth in the district championship and a trip to nationals. So that's what makes tonight's match so important for both of these teams. You know they both want to head into the postseason on a winning note.
Hey, in any sport, no question about it, momentum is key when you head into the postseason. And tonight's really no different. Now, Northern Virginia and Montgomery have been up and down all season. And if you look at a Raptors team, they're just so young. They had two key sophomores this season that have really been the keys to their season, and that's Audrey DePoco and Pam Nagando. However, they're both nursing somewhat significant ankle injuries, so that's going to change tonight's game, and that's going to change the regional tournament. And DePoco is leading the team in blocks, Nagando's leading the team in kills, and the injuries have forced Coach Tori Keno, to really shuffle the lineup and move some players into positions that they're quite frankly unfamiliar with.
Well, and that's what makes tonight's match so important, especially for Montgomery College. And I talked to Tori Keno about that last week when she and I got together.
They need to work on just getting comfortable in their new positions. We've had a lot of injuries and people have been moved around and kind of pushed out of their comfort zone. So I think tonight we just want to work on getting comfortable where we are and kind of owning our positions and being aggressive on offense and at the service line.
Well, Marcus, I had a chance to see the Raptors play last weekend against a very good Community College of Rhode Island team, and I thought they looked pretty good. It looked to me like the players were adapting to their new roles pretty quickly, which they need to do with the postseason upon us. But as you and I well know, the postseason is a completely different animal from the regular season, and that's something that Tori Keno and I also talked about. I asked her, what is she telling her players to get them ready for the pressure of the postseason?
They have to kind of play and not feel the pressure. They just got to play like it's any other game, and they need to leave it all on the court and just play like it's their last, because for some of them it could be their last game, and they just kind of got to step up to the challenge, because the games before this didn't really matter. Now it's from what's here going forward.
Well, who better to deliver that message than Tori Keno? I mean, she has lived it. She's been in the same shoes that her players are in right now. It wasn't too many years ago, 2010 to be exact. Tori was a freshman volleyball player right here at Montgomery College, getting ready for her first collegiate postseason.
Yeah, and that team that Keno was on, she was a freshman, they made it all the way to the Nationals. Now, if the Raptors are going to follow suit and make a run into the postseason, they're going to need a really strong service line game, and they're going to need some serious contributions from some of their young players. Now, Nicole Rios leads the team in aces, hence the talk about the service line. And then you have another frontline player who's really done great this year, and that's Caitlin Winans. And then sort of on the backside and some of the dirty play like services, digs, and service points is Alejandra Borja. So she's been another key cog in the Raptors team this year.
And as we well know, the postseason can be unpredictable. We both well remember that 2013 MC volleyball team. Nobody gave them much of a chance heading into the postseason either.
Yeah, that team lost the first match of the region and district tournament, and all they did was face win-or-go-home matches the rest of the way. And what did they do? They won the region. They won the district. They went all the way to the nationals, and they finished 8th in the country. So we say this all the time. You never know what's going to happen in the postseason, and this is no different. If the Raptors get healthy, I don't think anybody would be very surprised if they made a little run come postseason time.
And again, it all starts tomorrow night. Montgomery College travels to Anne Arundel Community College. They have a semifinal match tomorrow. The Region 20 finals are on Saturday at 12 noon, and then the district championship is on Sunday at 11 a.m. But we don't want to put the cart before the horse. This is an important match tonight for these two teams. Like we've been saying, with the postseason coming up, this is their last chance to fine-tune things. And I got to tell you, I think the Raptors are going to have their hands full with Nova tonight. They are a more experienced team, they're a taller team, and they have an imposing front line.
You're right. The Nighthawks come in at 9-17, but don't be fooled by their record. They play in a higher division. They've played some really good competition this year, and they got a pretty awesome player in middle hitter, sophomore, Jules Bennett. Just this past weekend in a 5-set loss to a very good Hartford team, she set the record for Northern Virginia kills in one match. And she's got a freshman outside hitter alongside her on that front line named Nikola Nopova, and she's done a fantastic job. So the size is going to be very key tonight against this Montgomery College team. And you're right, I think the Raptors are going to have their hands full.
And it's also a bit of a rivalry game tonight. The two schools are so close to each other, separated only by the Potomac River. So that adds a little spice as well. And we are just about set to get underway. Stick with us. We're coming right back with the start of the match.
Okay, look at this graphic. Because it's time to start thinking about registering for upcoming classes at Montgomery College. Here's something to keep in mind. You have to sign up by 11:59 p.m. the day before the class starts. Now I know some of you are thinking, I know someone who'll hook me up and I'll be able to scoot in after the deadline. Not anymore. On time by 11:59 is exactly what it sounds like. Don't wait till the last minute. Register early to apply for financial aid, meet with advisors, and get your books. Beat the deadline. Register for classes at Montgomery College on time by 11:59.
Let's go Raptors! And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. We are all set to get underway as Northern Virginia will be serving the ball. That's Simone Jenkins, number 15, serving for the Nighthawks. Michael Brown alongside Marcus Rosanna. And we are underway here on the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. And the first point of the match goes to Northern Virginia.
And let's jump into the Hawks coaching staff. It's Marcus Robinson. He's in his 10th year at Northern Virginia, and his assistant is Floyd Peer.
And, of course, the coaches for Montgomery College are Tori Keno. She's in her first season, and her assistant is Dan Smith, longtime assistant coach here at Montgomery College. Our two officials are Diane Burns and Sherry Morgan as we are underway.
And let's play some volleyball.
Nice block there. And we're all tied up at 1. Christiana Wilhelm Glob is going to be going to the service line for the Raptors. She's number 2 on the team in service aces. I'm sorry, she's number 1. She's tied for number 1 with Nicole Rios. Attempted a dig there by Lily Miller. Let's set the Raptors lineup real quickly for you. Christiana Wilhelm Glob, Lily Miller, Pam Nagando, Nicole Rios, Audrey DePoco, and number 1, Marlene Morales.
And as we just saw, Jules Bennett has her first kill of the match for the Nighthawks.
We talked about her in pregame. Morales is the set. DePoco. And there's a good look at Jules Bennett, who we talked about in the pregame. The rest of the starters for Northern Virginia are McKinley Howland, number 1, number 4, Sarah Halverson. There's a good look at Nicole Rios for the Raptors. Number 5, Colleen Lamoureux. Number 15, Simone Jenkins. 16, Caitlin Ryan. 17, Jules Bennett. And 18, Alexis Fields.
And looking down the roster here, Aiden Asefa for the Nighthawks I don't see her in uniform, and she fills up the stat line with kills. She's at 120 behind Jules Bennett, who dominates the kills at 194. But I don't see her tonight. So
no, I was told pregame, and I forgot to tell you this, that she is out with an ankle injury.
Oh, and I see her on the bench.
Yeah. So the ankles, of course, it's a big problem in volleyball. A lot of times a player will go up in a crowded situation and come down on somebody else's ankle or foot and turn their ankle. So the Raptors quickly out in front here in the first set.
They have their best server on the team right now. Nicole Rios has run up a couple of quick points.
And we just got word from our statistician, Evan Brown, that the all-star setter for Northern Virginia, Jenny Tran, is not didn't make the trip tonight. She is out with the flu, and that's a big loss for Northern Virginia. She had 44 assists.
Wow.
In their match last week against Hartford.
And I'm sure that was setting up Jules Bennett a lot with her 22 kills in that match.
Yeah, it set both of them set a school record. Bennett for kills and Tran for assists. So
and that's a huge deal for Bennett, actually. If you don't have your table setter, you're not going to get as many kills.
Boy, that's for sure.
It's a huge deal for the Raptors.
There's a point for Nova. So I know it's been a bit of a hectic beginning here. We'll try to identify who looks like they're going to be the primary setter for Nova. There's a good hard serve by Lamoureux, and it falls into the campfire there. Everybody kind of looking at it.
We got campfire in early, Michael. Nice hard serve.
Yeah, Lamoureux with a nice serve. There's DePoco. Be curious to see how much DePoco and Nagando can play tonight. Nagando especially. She just hurt her ankle last week. It's only been a week. And it was the size of a softball, they said, when it first happened. Last Thursday in practice, she came down on somebody's foot like we were talking about. So Lamoureux with a nice run here on the service line. There's DePoco. Miller with the dig off the attack. Got Ruby Barreto in now for the Raptors. She just got to that one, but out it goes. So Nova with a nice run here. The Raptors had a 5-2 lead at one point. It's now 8-5, and it's all come with Colleen Lamoureux on the service line, but she puts that one into the net.
You know, with teams that are so evenly matched, and their big assist person and MC's injuries at the front line, the service game is going to be very important. So, like you said, Lamoureux, if she starts hitting it from the back line on the service game, that's going to pile up some points fast, and that's something that you need when you're really kind of a mystery of what kind of offense is going to be run out here.
Well, Lily Miller is on the line right now for the Raptors, and she's a good server too. She's number 2 on the team, and of course I just jinxed her. She hit it out of bounds. But she is second on the team in service assists, or service aces rather, with 17. That puts Jules Bennett on the line. She's a good server for someone who's your primary hitter. You don't usually see that combination.
Yeah, she's got 38 aces this season.
Which is more than anybody. There's a nice little dump there by Ngondo, and Raptors cut it to 9-8. This puts Marlene Morales on the service line for the Raptors. She's a freshman out of Einstein High School, and her serve goes long. So that'll put number 16, Caitlin Riley, on the service line. Now, Nova has a lot of basketball players on their team, on their volleyball team, and Caitlin Riley is one of them. Also, number 12, Sheila Sherrill, who's in there right now, is also on the Nova basketball team.
You know, this is the first time in a couple of years that we're not going to see any Raptors basketball players and volleyball players cross teams, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
we had it in the past.
Yeah, it's a fairly common combination because of the height. A nice set there by the Raptors. So here's Pam Ngondo, one of the two graduating sophomores on the Raptors team.
75 kills coming into today's match.
Leads the team in that category. And actually, she fills up the stat sheet all the way across the board. Second in digs and second in kills per set. Here's Glob with the set. Morales, and she gets it to go. Of course,
Marlene Morales getting up there.
She's not particularly tall, 5'5", but she really got up there. Bennett with the set. Napova. Napova, of course, has an interesting backstory. She is from Slovakia. We get a good look at Nikola Napova. Went to high school at Bilikova Bratislava SVK.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
99 kills coming into today's match.
And she's a good server as well. So both teams a little under the weather tonight. Last game of the regular season. And that puts Caitlin Winans now on the service line for the Raptors. We're all tied up at 12. She's been a great addition to the team this year.
They're going to count on some of these freshmen going into the postseason this weekend.
She's going to be one of them for sure. Winans Bennett with the serve, the set. So it looks like it looks like Bennett is going to do a lot of the setting tonight for Northern Virginia.
And if you look down at the stat line, we get a look at Marlene Morales' changeup that counted as a point. But if you look at her stat line, you know, setting her players up, even though she's the best big player on the team, you know, she's actually done pretty well.
She's got 50 assists this year.
Right.
Second on the team behind Jenny Tran, who, as we said, is out with the flu. So your number one hitter is second in assists. That's an all-around game there, that's for sure.
Nice serve.
Tough serve. Nice dig. Rios a little long. Nice dig there by Marlene Morales. Nova leading in our first set. It's best out of 3, win by 2. Borja. And she gets it over. Digs it. Oh, nice save there by Glob, but that's going to be 4 hits, and that'll be a point for Nova.
And I'm not surprised that we're seeing 15-13 at this point. You and I both were talking about how evenly matched this is going to be.
Yeah, I think we're in for 4 sets minimum.
Mm-hmm.
There's a nice block for a point.
That was a nice setup to Rios for the outside hit, but she put it down into the net just a little too much.
And Lamoureux was there with the block. Good. Hard serve. Glob gets it over.
Yeah, Simone Jenkins is really putting the fastball down on her serve right now.
16-14. Christiana Wilhelm Glob on the service line. Another freshman, of course. Covenant Life High School. And she puts it into the net. And that's the kind of thing a coach hates to see, that unforced error, particularly when you get the ball.
216 assists
for Glob.
That's just amazing. And the second most we're talking is Alejandra Borja at 34.
Right.
So you know where the offense basically begins. If you're going to hit the ball in your Montgomery College, it's Christiana.
And that puts Ruby Barreto on the line. Giselle Ruby Barreto. And that puts Lamoureux back on the line. She had the nice run going early. And she put it inside the corner there. Wow, that was a tough spot. And there's a timeout on the floor. And we're going to take a real quick break. We'll be right back with the rest of the first set. You're watching Montgomery College Volleyball on MCTV.
Okay, look at this graphic. Because it's time to start thinking about registering for upcoming classes at Montgomery College. Here's something to keep in mind. You have to sign up by 11:59 p.m. the day before the class starts. Now I know some of you are thinking, I know someone who'll hook me up and I'll be able to scoot in after the deadline. Not anymore. On time by 11:59 is exactly what it sounds like. Don't wait till the last minute. Register early to apply for financial aid, meet with advisors, and get your books. Beat the deadline. Register for classes at Montgomery College on time by 11:59.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. We're in the first set. And the Raptors are trailing 19-15 with Colleen Lamoureux on the service line, and her serve goes way long.
And, you know, I was going to say that they might be in a little trouble here with down 19-15 with their early going. Best server down at the back line, but that's an error.
And here's Lily Miller. And that,
wow, right on the line.
Boy, any part of the ball that touches the line is considered in. So even just by a hair. So that puts Jules Bennett on the service line.
Big point for Caitlin Riley on that outside hit.
Nice dig.
Really a nice placement of that serve. And Miller with a heck of a play to put it back over the net.
Great hustle. Glob
MC needs this point.
Here comes Winans. They have to get it over.
Good communication by the Nighthawks there.
Good deep ball from Ngando. There's a double hit. You could see that one. Those are tough to see, but that one you could see. So 2017 puts Marlene Morales back on the service line for the Raptors. Good hard serve. Barreto. And that's a point for Northern Virginia. 21-17. First set. Best out of 5-set format.
And Sheila Sherrill with the big left at some strength past Wilhelm Glaub.
Got to get it over. They do. Here comes the set. Wow, nice dig by Lily Miller. Leads the team in that category. Here comes the set for Ngando. With that bad ankle, I'm wondering. And it's in.
Nice set again at the net by their big hitter, Jules Bennett. Back set. Right on the line, and a nice call at the back. Nice replay by our MCTV crew.
Great replay. And there's a point. Not sure what the call was on that one. Could have been a player out of position. I think that was the call. So Caitlin Riley on the line, and she goes long.
Big break for the Raptors.
Yeah, 23-18.
And you put Nagando back there, who served very well her first time up.
Yeah, and she's one of the best servers on the team.
And she went long. We're setting them up. We're setting them up pretty good, Michael.
Yeah. We're jinxing them left and right here. All right, that puts Sarah Halverson on the service line.
She's serving for this set. Nice serve.
This would be set point.
Great hit by Morales.
And the Raptors stay alive.
Big time hit from way back. You mentioned she's only 5'5" in the book, but she hits it hard.
Here comes Caitlin Winans now. And there's a point. Not sure again what the call was there.
And I think that's the second time that Jules Bennett may have been in the net before the serve.
So that's an interference call. And that puts Winans back up there. Jump serve.
Nice serve.
Real good one. Here comes the set. Riley got to play it. And that will give the first set to Northern Virginia. They take it 25-20. And while we've got a break here in the action, let's talk some women's soccer, because the MC Raptors are simply having a superb season, Marcus.
They have fantastic season. I think a little bit of a surprise, I would say, that they're the number 2 ranked team in the country. Yes, that's the country. That's not Maryland JUCO. That's not region. That's the nation. And they finished up the regular season last week with the Maryland JUCO title, as you can see here on the graphic. Second in the nation. They beat number 9 Howard. They beat number 6 3-time defending national champion Brookdale, and they just beat Potomac State, who was unbeaten. Jamie Montgomery, 6 goals in 2 games this year versus Howard and Anne Arundel. 24 total goals, ties her for 8th in the NJCAA in just 11 games. That's video game stats right there. Natalie Alvier has 27 assists, which is first in the NJCAA. The next closest player has 15, so that just goes to show how prolific this offense is for the Raptors, and they've outscored their opponents. Are you ready for this? 83-9, and they average almost 6 goals a game and only allowing 0.6 against. Now that is just some silly stats.
And they begin their postseason tomorrow afternoon. They play up at Howard Community College. They have their game at 12 noon. They're playing the number 4 seed. Raptors obviously the number 1 seed. They're playing the number 4 seed, Anne Arundel, who they beat just about a week and a half ago, 6-1. So got to like their chances for making the regional final. So terrific season for head coach Phil Nana and his Raptors. And then the championship game will be Sunday, also at Howard Community College at 2 p.m.
You know, and anything can happen in sports. We talked about it, in the Open tonight. But for the Raptors to not advance to that championship and, quite frankly, to not win would be a huge upset.
Yeah, the way they've been playing, I would have to agree with you. They're just a terrific team. The chemistry on that team is just outstanding. And Phil Nana and his coaching staff have really done a marvelous job. So we are back to action. We get a great look there at Tori Keno, first-year head coach for the Raptors, also former Raptors volleyball star, softball star here. And she's doing some coaching there in the huddle, Marcus.
Yeah, there was some mistakes that the Raptors made in the first set. They played hard, but again, we talked about how evenly matched this was going to be. But there are some unforced errors, and there are some communication lapses, and we've got some stats here to go over from our man Evan Brown.
One big one that jumps out at me is service errors.
Yeah.
The Raptors was 7 versus just 4 for Nova.
And we talk about it till we're blue in the face about the importance of a service game, especially if you don't have really huge hitters that you really need to serve well.
Kills are just about even. Nova with one more kill, 7-6. Attacks, Nova with the lead there, 33-29. So pretty even first set, but Nova takes it 25-20. And that puts, we are all set to start the second set. And Christiana Wilhelm Glob with the serve. And Caitlin Riley with the big hit, and that's a point for Nova. Caitlin Riley has really been the primary hitter tonight for Nova.
And with Jules Bennett basically setting up in the middle.
Lamoureux with the serve. Glob with the set. Morales finds a hole. Found a hole in that donut there.
Yeah, that was a smart play by Marlene Morales.
Caught him by surprise. I think they thought there would be another hit, and she surprised him. So Nicole Rios on the service line. Barreto now with the libero jersey on for Montgomery College, number 6.
Good effort by Alexis Fields.
In case people are not familiar, the libero is a defensive specialist, and they always wear a different color jersey. They are not allowed to take part in the offense.
And our stat guy Evan Brown, we caught you on camera flinching, man.
And that time big time block from Audrey DePoco. Wow. Let's get another look at that one, Marcus. Look at this big time block here by DePoco on Jules Bennett. Beautifully done.
Perfect timing. Excellent placement.
And a great replay there by our crew.
Well, we talked about the health of DePoco, and obviously that is key to any postseason hopes that the Raptors have.
Absolutely. If they don't have those two, they're in a lot of trouble. No offense to anybody else, but they are the most experienced players on the team.
And they need good service from Rios. And great dig.
Here comes the setup. Nagando, and she gets the kill. So Pam Nagando, who we did not expect to play tonight. Frankly, you and I had in the pregame that she was not going to play.
Great hit right at McKinley Howland, who couldn't do anything with it.
But she was cleared to play right before the game, and she's in the lineup. She wanted to play on her final home game as a Raptor.
DePoco again with a block.
And
I like the look to the referee to see, was I too close to the net? And she gets the point.
Great look at Audrey DePoco there through the net. 6-1 Raptors in the early going here in the second set. And there's another point for a double hit.
Another double hit.
So the Raptors now, the nice lead. They had an early lead in the first set at 5-2, and then Nova took the lead at 6-5 and didn't look back as they led the rest of the way.
Nicole Rios is piling up the points.
She's got a nice streak going here.
And I think they got another interference call.
Here's another great look at that block by DePoco in slow-mo.
Great
Beautifully done. Great timing, perfect position against a superior hitter in Jules Bennett.
That's one that the four-year schools will take a look at for Audrey DePoco.
As Riley hits it in, Alexis Fields hits it into the net. So
you can't get Nicole Rios off the back line here.
No, she is on a super roll here. And that one goes long. Well, we finally jinxed her.
All it took was us.
That's right. The magic touch of Michael and Marcus.
But 9-2, excellent way to answer back a tough 25-20 set one loss for the Raptors.
All right, Caitlin Riley on the service line. Barreto.
Good dig from Nagando.
She gets it over deep, but too deep.
Too deep.
So Caitlin Riley. And she's going to stay on the service line as they cut into the lead. It's now 9-4.
Sophomore from Edison High School in Alexandria.
On the basketball team. So we may see her later this season when the Raptors play Nova in basketball. And that one's going to go long.
Tell you what, Northern Virginia has quite a crop of very, very competitive high schools to choose from. You look down their roster. You're talking about Annandale, Woodbridge, Hayfield, Brentsville. I mean, these are Bishop O'Connell. We have somebody from. So that's big time sports at these Northern Virginia high schools.
Yeah, that's for sure. And of course, they do have the advantage of being a D2 program. Mm-hmm. They can help their student athletes some, as opposed to Montgomery College, where we cannot give any sort of financial aid at all because we're D3.
For athletics, yes.
Right, for athletics. And Fields hits it into the net. Marlene Morales on the service line. Radiology major. Part of that health sciences program that is so strong here at the college.
And growing.
There's another long hit. That'll keep Morales on the service line.
A little bit long.
And she goes long. Boy, that was real close to kissing the line there, but it did not.
Speaking of the health sciences program, we just signed another pathway or articulation agreement that you could say with Trinity Hospital. So that health sciences program is really has an umbrella all through not only Montgomery County but through Maryland.
Ngando, and that's a point for the Raptors. (13-6). Raptors leading in the second set. They trail 1-0.
And a good server at the back line in Nagando. Nice dig by Ruby.
Nice dig by Ngando there. Oop. Miss hit there.
There's the communication that is so important. When there's a ball in between two or three players, communication, it's got to be split second. And as we can see, Christiana and Marlene sort of just got a little too close. I think Marlene said my bad.
So that puts Sarah Halverson on the line.
Nice dig. from Morales.
Fields hits it, or I'm sorry, Riley hits it into the net. Point for the Raptors. Caitlin Winans. Damascus High School. That's up in your neck of the woods, isn't it, Marcus?
It sure is. Speaking of good sports schools. Everybody looks at Damascus as football, but volleyball won the state championship a few years ago.
And that's a point for Nova. And that puts Nikola Napova on the service line. Freshman from Slovakia. Very talented player. Ooh, there's a quick hit there from Lamoureux. Found an opening and went for the point and got it.
Lamoureux's had herself a pretty good game, pretty good match so far. As the Nighthawks are trying to get back into this one, only down 14-9 now. Momentum is sort of swinging back to Northern Virginia here.
And Riley hits it into the net again. So that'll put Glob back on the service line. Tied for the team lead and service aces coming into tonight with Nicole Rios.
Nice spot on that serve.
There's the set. Nice save there by Howland.
And that was a double hit called by the referee.
So 16-9 Raptors. They've led the entire second set. Nice dig from Borja. Rios. Glob with the set. Borja.
And we got called for a double hit.
Those are tough for us to detect. We have to wait for the official's call most of the time. Every now and then you'll spot one, but
Lamoureux with the tough serve again.
boy, she is tough from the service line. Raptors have had trouble with her tonight. Nice save by Barreto.
Great save. Really good point going on here.
Rios.
A little bit early on her jump, I believe. Not that I can really criticize anybody for jumping, but
Yeah, I have 0 hops myself.
I think Nicole was a little early. Nice point though.
Lamoureux with it. She's very tall. She gets a lot of action.
She does.
Got long arms.
And they really needed her lift from that back line to get this lead cut down.
Yeah, she's the right person to have back there from what we've seen so far.
Nice dig against
Fields.
that kill.
Here comes the set.
Wow.
Nice point for.
And speaking of timing on the jumps, Marlene Morales is only 5'5", but she times her jump and she hits it at the top of her hand every time.
That was a pretty hit.
It really was.
Right inside the line. So a great point for the Raptors.
I mean,
that puts Rios back on the line, who had a real nice streak going early on.
And when you're her size, you need to maximize your jumping ability and the top of your hit.
Gondo, nice save. But it goes out.
Smart play by Alexis Fields to let that one go. Give that point to the Nighthawks.
Kills are real even right now. You've got 11 for the Raptors, 10 for Nova.
You know, I don't think this is even really a kills match, if that makes any sense.
No, it's not.
That's a kill.
Now that's a kill.
On cue.
We just have that magic touch tonight. That's all there is to it. Attack errors. Nova now has more attack errors than the Raptors, which makes sense given the way this set is going.
And that was a great shot. DePoco was set up right there for a nice kill.
Big difference is service errors. These are stats across both sets, by the way. The Raptors with 10 service errors to 4 for Nova.
Nice play by Jules Bennett, hitting that ball across court where there was no Raptor there.
All right, so that puts Jules Bennett on the line. Raptors holding on to a 4-point lead here in the second set. They have led all the way. Oh, they're going to have to save this one. Barreto gets it over.
Nice save.
Save that point.
And now they're set up for a point here.
And Nagando, nope. So they are now cutting into it. And that puts Jules Bennett back on the service line.
Her previous serve was very hard.
She's got 38 aces this year. And make that 39.
Lily Miller got a little bit caught in no man's land. Do you let it go? Do you hit? Do you let it go?
Boy, when your number one hitter has 38 aces,
yeah,
number 3 on the team, that's impressive.
Well, she fills the stat line.
Boy, she floated that one over, had 0 spin on it. And there's a block.
But I'm pretty sure I want Jules Bennett on my NJCAA volleyball fantasy team.
Yeah.
Because she has it all the way down that stat line.
And we've got a timeout on the floor. Let's take a look at that replay.
And that was a great block by number 12, Sheila Sherrill.
And, with basketball, with volleyball and soccer going into the postseason, that can only mean that basketball season is ready to tip off. And, Marcus, I know we're both pretty excited about that. The men's team, they won Maryland JUCO last year in head coach Keith Bird's first season. And this year's team looks loaded and primed to repeat with some exciting new recruits joining first team All-Maryland JUCO forward Pat Smith. We see Pat there, number 20. And we're going to see Pat again here with the slam. This team has a conference title under its belt, but they have some unfinished business to attend to. And the goal this year is NJCAA Nationals. And we are back to action. Jules Bennett. We'll talk women's basketball later in the show.
Yeah, and you're right. In one season, Keith Bird has built a program. Let's put it that way.
Boy, and we are excited this year. They because Keith's excited, and they've got Pat back. They've got Juwan Wayne back, Emmanuel EJ back from the team last year, and then a host of new recruits. So,
yeah, Patrick Smith and Juwan are going to be real hard to stop this year. I'm interested to see what kind of guards he brought in, seeing that Keith Bird is he's a guard at his core.
Well, plus they lost
D'Angelo
Vaughn,
yep.
their outstanding shooting guard from last year's team.
So they're going to have to fill some holes, but it sounds like he's making his niche in the county and in the state.
Meanwhile, the Raptors' lead is down to 1, 19-18. And they can ill afford to drop a second set here. There's Lamoureux with a big hit. Nice block by Winans.
Nice long point here.
Winans with the kill, and she makes it.
Nice hit by Winans. There was nobody in the back to actually get that, and she hit it in the perfect spot.
So that puts Ngando on the service line.
That's a big point. The Nighthawks were on the door of tying this game.
That was a real big point.
And you give it back to an excellent server in Nagando.
And Napova with a nice back line kill.
That's all the way from across the court to hit that far line. That's a nice shot.
Wow. So it's now back to a 1-point lead for the Raptors, 2019. Halverson on the service line. Comes the set. Borja.
Double hit gives another point to the Raptors.
21-19.
And the freshman Winans on the back line to serve.
Oh, nice point there as a mishit by Napova. So, and we are going to have a timeout on the floor. Raptors holding on to a 3-point lead, 22-19. Let's go back and finish our basketball discussion, Marcus. Talking about the women's team.
Head coach Tarla Gasque, we're talking about the men's team going to nationals. Well, the Raptors women's team under Tarla Gasque is basically a fixture at the national level. And she's excited about this year's women's team. She's got a ton of new recruits to go along with just 2 returners. But she tells us she's going to have a deep backcourt to go along with a tall, athletic front line. So we're looking for them to have an excellent year also and sort of to get back to that national prominence like we've seen them over the past decade, basically.
And both teams are going to kick off their home schedules at this year's MC Tip-Off Tournament. It's next weekend, November 5th and 6th, right here at Rockville. Lots of basketball to be had that weekend, so come on out and support both Raptors men's basketball and women's basketball. It all kicks off next Saturday. And the Raptors push their lead now to 4, 23-19.
See if Winans can serve out here and get this thing knotted at 1. Good serve. All the way to the back line.
Nice block up front there by DePoco. Borja found the donut.
Nobody home. Good shot.
Perfect placement there by Alejandra Borja. And Winans now can serve out the set. Howland. Here's the set. DePoco tried to dink it in. Oh, they got to get it over.
That's going to do it.
They don't, and that's the set. So the Raptors bounce back to take the second set after dropping the first. They take the second set 25-19. And while we have a break in the action, let's talk a little men's soccer, Marcus, because they start postseason play tomorrow in the Region 20 tournament at Prince George's Community College. The Raptors are currently ranked number 10 in the NJCAA National Top 10, and they have played probably the toughest schedule in the country this season. They've played at least 6 national top 10 teams so far this season. They're a pretty young team, but they enter the postseason with a record of 12-7-2, 8-3-1 in Maryland JUCO. Now, MC has won 4 straight regional titles, and they enter the tournament as the number 1 seed, and they're going to start defending their title tomorrow when they take on the winner of today's 4-5 matchup, and that game ought to be over. So by now we should know, or will know soon, who the Raptors are going to play tomorrow in the semifinals.
And if the Raptors win that one, they'll be in the finals at noon on Sunday the 30th, this coming Sunday. And again, all the men's Region 20 tournament matches are at Prince George's Community College, so good luck to head coach Trey Livingston and the Raptors. Again, another nationally prominent team at Montgomery College.
Both soccer teams, men's and women's, sitting in the national top 10 right now. Not a lot of schools can boast of that. So we're excited about the postseason. Let's take a look at some of the stats through the first 2 sets. Kills are very even. Raptors with 14-12 for Nova. Hitting percentage a little better for the Raptors. Serve errors, the Raptors with 10 versus just 4 for Nova. The digs are dead even at 35 apiece. Nova with a 1 block advantage.
I guess the only real difference is service errors, and you're talking 10 service errors for the Raptors and just 4 for Nova. But other than that, that's that entire stat line from attacks, kills, hitting percentage, assist. I mean, it's virtually identical.
It matches up almost across the board. Service aces, 5 apiece. So it's reflected on the scoreboard. We've had 2 close sets, and we're 1-1 after 2 sets.
And you and I are both, we're not right about a lot, but we were right that this is going to be an evenly played match.
And Audrey DePoco, who we talked about in the pregame with the bad ankle, has played well with 2 kills. She's got 9 assists so far. Pam Nagando, amazing with 4 kills, considering just a couple of days ago she was on crutches. So both injured sophomores playing really, really well tonight.
And the first point goes to the Raptors of set 3.
So we're off and running in set 3 again. It is best out of 5. And at this point, we're guaranteed 4 sets. Loretto, here comes the set. Morales gets it over. And another point for the Raptors. It was 4 hits that time for Nova. Of course, 3 is the limit.
Christiana Wilhelm Glaub looking to go up 3-0 from the service line.
We're going to check the, going back to men's soccer for a second, maybe we can check the Twitter feed. And I just heard in my ear from our director, Scott Youngblood, that Nova, Northern Virginia, beat Howard. So that means the Raptors will be playing Nova tomorrow. Nova came out on top over Howard today, 3-0. And Montgomery College did beat Nova during the regular season, so anything can happen in the postseason. It was a tight match, though.
Yeah, the men's tournament, and the men's season in Maryland JUCO basically has been, well, not just Maryland JUCO, but in the in the region and district play has been a lot closer than the women's. You look at the Montgomery College women's scores, and we're talking 8-0, 10-1. Not the same in on the men's side.
No, they've had a little problem scoring this year, but their defense has been strong. And the old saw is that defense wins championships. So we'll see what happens. All right, Nicole Rios, who had a great service set in the second set, is back on the line. She gave MC a big lead in that second set. And there's a missed hit.
Nice dig by Ruby Barreto, but it went for naught.
4-3. Raptors on top. Nova took the first set 25-20. Raptors came back to take the second set 25-19, so we're all knotted at 1. Alexis Fields with the serve. Fields. And the Raptors can't get it over. I'm sorry, it's Caitlin Riley on the service line. Nova wearing the pink jerseys tonight for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Smart play by the Nighthawks, letting that ball go long.
Comes the set. Morales with a nice cut, but it didn't clear.
Smart serving by Caitlin Fields, going against, or is that
Riley?
Caitlin Riley,
right?
Serving to DePoco, or serving to Pam Nagando, so that it sort of neutralizes one of your hitters. You serve at the hitter.
She's got a nice little roll going here.
Yeah, she does.
For some strange reason, she has 2 different shoes on. One black, one white. Maybe it's a luck thing. Who knows? Nice save there by Ngando.
Nice. That was a nice play by number 12 of the Nighthawks, Sheila Sherrill, with that little lefty dink.
Another basketball player. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Take a look at this one.
Nice effort by Ngando, but
so we get a good look at the Nova bench there with their head coach Marcus Robinson. He started the program at Nova about 12 years ago, or 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Good look inside the Raptor huddle. Great look at Audrey DePoco and Pam Ngando there.
you know, it's good to see Nova and MC really starting to get that rivalry that we've wanted, and not just volleyball and not just basketball. You know, now we're playing in soccer, so that's really something, you know, that MC and Nova. It's going to be good for both schools to have this rivalry.
Yeah, the soccer rivalry is quite vibrant, and I think tomorrow's match between the MC men and the Nova men is going to be. Last year in the regionals, that was a tough game for Montgomery College, so I expect nothing less tomorrow. I'll be covering both of those games for MCTV, both the men's game and the women's game. I have to do a little speed racer action in between the two venues.
If you think about it, you have Northern Virginia and Montgomery County. I mean, that is just fruitful recruiting when it comes to soccer. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
No, you two really serious soccer hotbeds there. Of course, the MSI program in Montgomery County is just huge. All you have to do is go out to Soccerplex on the weekend, and it's unbelievable. Steady stream of cars in and out of there. Games all day long, all weekend long. And it's the same thing in Northern Virginia.
I've got a 4-year-old in soccer now, and I think he's going to play the pickup clovers and look at the sky position. It'll come along. He's only 4.
Pick up clovers and stare at the sky.
That's right.
When my kids played at that age, we called it magnet ball because wherever the ball went, all the players went to it. All of them.
That's right.
All right. Meanwhile, Nova has extended their lead to 13-9 as Caitlin Riley is she's becoming a fixture back there on the service line.
There's your early player of the game right now.
My goodness.
Caitlin Riley.
She's been there forever. So it's 14-4, and the Raptors are really having trouble with the serve-receive game right now.
I believe it was 4-4 at one point here.
Ngando gets it over. Here comes the set. Big hit, but a nice save by Barreto.
Indeed.
And that one goes out, and the Raptors finally break Riley's streak.
And Riley broke her streak with that long error.
That's true.
I wouldn't say error, the long hit.
So,
see if Ruby Barreto can get some of those points back.
14-5. And after 2 close sets, this is a bit of a aberration here. Winans nicely placed.
Set up nicely from Christiana. And Winans hit it right where she needed to go. Perfect set, perfect hit, right where they weren't.
It puts Barreto back on the line. They're going to have to get this one over, and Howland does. Comes the set. Winans found the hole in the defense.
You know, Winans actually slipped on her approach to the net, and I think that actually helped her put that point in the spot it needed to go.
I'm going to get another look at that one. right in the campfire.
Nice hit from Napova.
This is a great point here. Lots of acrobatics. And that point goes to Nova after a very entertaining point there.
And Jules Bennett wanted to end that. Just knocks it down right over the net.
15-7. Bennett is a sophomore.
Good server, too.
And that's going to go out. So the Raptors are in danger of losing touch in this set as it's 16-7. And one of the best servers on the team for Nova on the line. Gondo has it blocked right back, and a point for. There's that imposing front line, Marcus, that we talked about in the pregame.
Yeah, the size is obvious when you look at Nova and you look at MC.
There's a big size difference. And DePoco's on the bench at the moment, and I can't help but think it's got to be related to the ankle situation.
You know, for Coach Keno to really, push the injuries, I don't think it's any real, there's no real need, to put the injured players out there right now. They know where they sit in the upcoming tournament.
So Morales, she'll try to bring the Raptors back into it as they have cut it to 17-9. Caught Napova by surprise. Here comes the set. Winans. And that is out as Fields hits it long. So with Morales at the line, the Raptors have cut it to 7. Nice floater of the serve there. Comes Ngondo. I'm impressed with the way she's played tonight on that ankle. And it's in.
Nice shot by the Nighthawks. Tough spot for Barreto to be in on that back line, letting it go long. But it caught the line. Nice call.
Good call. Great shot by our camera folks. Wow. Big hit there.
Sheila Sherrill and Jules Bennett, size-wise, that's a basketball front line you're really looking at right there.
Well, they're both 6-footers.
Yeah.
And the Raptors just don't have that kind of height. And there's another point for Nova.
And you have the young player in Winans who's been really a good player at the net. And she has an opportunity for a kill right there, but it goes right into the big players.
Right into the tall forest. As Nova on the verge now of taking a 2-1 lead. Howland with the serve. Here comes the set. Ngondo. Oof. Nice one.
Nice hit. Nice set to the outside hit, and Ngondo put it away.
Simone Jenkins could not get to that one. So we'll see if the sophomore can get something going from the line here.
Great pass by Christiana.
Lamoureux. Nice dig by Ngondo. There's Morales, and she gets it in there for the point. She's had a good match. (21-12). Backwards set.
Oof.
And that was
That
beautiful.
was a nice setup play.
Boy.
And when you see number 17, Jeanette Jules Bennett setting up at the net, and suddenly she hits a back set to her friend on the outside. It's tough to defend.
Boy, that is for sure. Well done, well executed. And here comes one by the Raptors.
Christiana is really setting up everybody. She's in the middle of every play.
Here it comes. Borja tried to find the hole, and the defense didn't. It goes long, and it'll be a point for the Raptors.
Again, the setter comes to the middle of the floor for the Raptors.
And that's a point.
You know, if you're looking ahead to next year, you have Winans, you have Wilhelm Glaub, you have Rios. I mean, this is going to be some talent coming back.
Borja, they've got
Morales.
a nice Morales, Barreto.
There's definitely a core for Coach Keno to build off of right now.
And let's keep in mind that this is Tori's first year as head coach. Of course, she took over in the summer. Didn't have that much time to recruit. Nice serve there by Winans.
She's had a good game from the back line, Winans.
And she cuts the lead to 6. That's as close as the Raptors have been since early in the set. So let's see if she can keep it going. Morales, Glaub, there's DePoco back in, and she hits it long. And Gondo now taking a break off that ankle. But they've got to be encouraged with the way she's played tonight. And of course, so much of volleyball is timing, and I'm sure they wanted to get her some playing time, just if for no other reason than to work on the timing for tomorrow night when the tournaments start. Talked about that in the pregame. The Raptors will be playing tomorrow night in the NJCAA D3 Region 20 tournament. They have a semifinal match at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Nice point by DePoco.
Got a nice little run going here. Let's see if Christiana can get back up to that net to set up the points. That's key here when she's the server.
She does. Sets it. Ooh, miss hit there by DePoco. So this is set point for Nova.
And a dangerous server on the back line for the Nighthawks for game point, or set point.
Morales has it blocked, and that is the set. So Nova takes the second their second set of the night. They grab a 2-1 lead, and we are ready. We'll be right back after a quick break. We'll be right back with the 4th set.
Okay, look at this graphic. Because it's time to start thinking about registering for upcoming classes at Montgomery College. Here's something to keep in mind. You have to sign up by 11:59 p.m. the day before the class starts. Now I know some of you are thinking, I know someone who'll hook me up and I'll be able to scoot in after the deadline. Not anymore. On time by 11:59 is exactly what it sounds like. Don't wait till the last minute. Register early to apply for financial aid, meet with advisors, and get your books. Beat the deadline. Register for classes at Montgomery College on time by 11:59.
And we are back on the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside Marcus Rosano, where Northern Virginia leads the match tonight, 2-1. It's a good look inside the Montgomery College huddle. Head coach Tori Keno there in the center of your picture. Good look at Pam Ngondo, Audrey DePoco, Nicole Rios, and there's a look inside the Nova huddle. And looking at the stats after 3 sets of play, Nova now kind of establishing a little bit of dominance here in the attack department. They have 107 versus 97 for the Raptors. 23 kills to 21. Attack errors are essentially the same. MC actually leads in assists, 19-18, and actually leads in service aces, which surprises me just a little bit. But they have twice as many serve errors, Marcus.
Yeah, and that third set that was won just now by the Nighthawks was really keyed by the run that Caitlin Riley did at the service line. I believe she ran up 11 straight points. And when you can run one service line player for 11 points, you're most likely going to win that set. So, that third set really was a lot that had to do with Caitlin Riley.
And when you look at the blocks, now total blocks are, 4 for Nova, 2 for Montgomery College. But when you look at the block assists, 8 for Nova, none for Montgomery College. So in reality, a block assist is 2 players going up for the same block and being credited with the block. So that's a big advantage, and that speaks, I think, to the height advantage.
Oh, it really does. I mean, at every attack that the Raptors have, you have 2 big girls from the Nighthawks at the net.
Right, and that's been a big part of the problem tonight for Montgomery College is just the pure and simple height advantage that Nova has over them. I mean, even you look at Colleen Lamoureux, she's a tall, lanky person. So but here we are in the 4th set. If Nova should take this one, the match would be over. There's a point for the Raptors.
Let's see who steps up for the Raptors and takes charge. It could be Nicole Rios from this back line. She's their best server, the Raptors.
Leads there, or tied for the team lead in service aces, and tonight she certainly has been their best server, along with, I'd say, probably Caitlin Winans. There's a back row attack from Napova, and it scores.
Little miscommunication by the Raptors at the front line. So we have your two big hitters in the same spot, and they were sort of setting themselves up for a hit, but nobody was there to set.
Caitlin Winans with 4 service aces. Evan Brown, our statistician, points out. And Nicole Rios with 3.
Another good serve by the Nighthawks, and that's our old friend Caitlin Riley at the back of the service line.
And she had that tremendous run in the 3rd set.
Again, she's putting it right on Ngondo, as she did in the 3rd set.
So that'll put Ruby Barreto on the service line. Ruby is another one of the Raptor freshmen. Blair High School. And she's going to stay there as the Raptors pick up the point.
A bit of an error by McKinley Howland for the Nighthawks.
So the Raptors with the lead. They trailed the entire 3rd set. So after taking the 2nd set, 1st set went to Nova 25-20, 2nd set Raptors 25-19, 3rd set Nova 25-18.
And Ruby Barreto has found a nice spot in that a soft spot in that Nighthawks defense. Serving right at McKinley Howland.
There she goes again, this time to Napova. Wow, big hit, but long. Sheila Sherrill with just a little too much behind that one. So Barreto will stay. 4 straight points. Got to get it over, and they do. Comes the set. Back row attack, and it's long. So Simone Jenkins hits it long, and Barreto stays on the line. Business major. Nice block there by Winans.
Winans blocked Jules Bennett.
6 straight points now by Barreto, and
Marcus Robinson wants a timeout.
he wants to take a timeout and talk this over as the Raptors have jumped out to a 9-3 lead here in the 3rd set. And
You know, the Nighthawks really came out in this 4th set kind of asleep. Not attacking, kind of waiting for the serve to come, and Ruby Barreto is really taking advantage of some sloppy 4th set play, and I think Marcus Robinson is telling them to, hey, wake up. You just dominated the 3rd set, and now you're going to come and sleepwalk through the 4th.
well, Marcus, we do want to talk about the fact that Montgomery College Television is now HD in the county. There you can see our new numbers. This just happened on October 2nd. We received an HD channel from Comcast, and so right now we are on channel 998 in HD on the Comcast system, and we're on channel 1058 in HD on the RCN system. If you have Verizon Vios, we are still on channel 10 there.
And that just doesn't happen with a magic, flick of the switch. That's a lot of hard work from a lot of people at Montgomery College Television.
So, HD signal starting, well, it started. Been almost a month now. So, Jules Bennett on the line. Nice placement, but Napova was there. And that's in.
And I have to say, Michael, when you see yourself in HD, you know it.
Yeah. We're not going to get into that because it's not a pretty sight, at least for yours truly.
But there's a lot of programming that Montgomery College Television is going to deliver in a beautiful HD on a, picture.
So, Jules Bennett on the line.
Trying to get the Nighthawks back in this game. Big timeout from Marcus Robinson. Let's see if they answer.
And that goes long. And that'll put Marlene Morales on the line. And there's a whistle. Point for the Raptors.
And that's another one of those points where somebody was either in the net for interference, and
Nobody was in the net there. It had something to do with their lineup.
Maybe it is. That goes to show how much of the ins and outs of these rules, some very minute details.
Mm-hmm. And apparently Coach Robinson agreed with it because the official spoke to him. He shook his head, yeah, you're right. I'm assuming it had something to do with the lineup.
It's basically a free point.
Right. Ooh, nice dig there by Barreto. Boy, she hit the deck. And out.
Yeah, Christiana Wilhelm Glaub wants that one back. Just an instinct play.
Comes the set. Here's Sherrill. Took something off that one. Ngando was there. Lamoureux. And that's a point for the Raptors. So MC has been in the lead this entire set. So this is, right now, it's a bit of a reverse from the third set where Nova led from start to finish. There's Ngando.
Nice serve.
And right on the line.
Simone Jenkins didn't want to get near that one, and it caught the line. Pam's going to probably put that one exactly in the same spot if she can.
Great look at it. Beautiful coverage on the ball there. Followed it all the way to the line. As usual, great camera work, great technical expertise by our MCTV television production crew here tonight. Led by the inimitable Scott Youngblood, calling the shots in the truck. Rios. And that's a point for Montgomery College. Raptors now with a 15-8 lead. Ngando.
Bam Ngando again. Keying a set from the service line.
Oh, Burnett just, she didn't even jump. She just kind of popped it over very casually and picked up the point.
You know, and back to Pam Ngando serving. That's a great play by Jules Burnett. But a good serve really neutralizes size if you don't have size. And MC doesn't really have a big lineup.
They really don't, even when they're fully healthy.
That's right.
There's Rios.
Whew, nice hit.
She's played really hard tonight. They all have.
Good point.
Yeah, this is a real good point.
Nice dig by Burnett.
Boy, this point. Ooh. And Burnett hits it into the net.
Yeah, Nicole Rios, I believe it was Rios. She was really ready for that hit from Burnett. Burnett was farther away from the net than she really wants to be in that position. And I think Rios was waiting for her. Oh, no, she hit it right into the net.
A lot of emotion there. You see the emotion on Caitlin Winan's face after that point.
You gotta love to see that.
Man, you do. It just shows you how hard these kids work. Let me tell you, at Montgomery College, being a D3 program, these kids are playing the sport for the love of it.
And it's a testament to the emotion between simply points in volleyball.
Yeah.
Up and down with each point. It's something you don't see in baseball. It's something you don't really see in basketball or even soccer. But This is, you can have that long, drawn-out point, and then the loser of that point, it just takes the wind out of your sails. And on the other side, it's jubilation, and it's just 1 point.
It's an energizer, right. It's just 1 point out of many. So the Raptors with a 5-point lead, and that goes out. So Christiana Wilhelm Glob stays on the service line.
Nice serve.
Popova, boy, that back line attack of hers is tough.
That was a big, long hit from the back line to the back line of the Raptors, basically.
So
nice
Colleen Lamoureux back on the service line. And it goes long.
Borja made a smart play, letting that go long.
Here's Rios again.
Gives the point to the Raptors, and you get Rios at the back line to serve it.
That's who you want.
Nice.
And boy,
serve.
she kissed that line.
And McKinley Howland is disagreeing with the call, but I don't think we even need a replay. That was about 1.5 feet in.
And a great look at it.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
I think
And maybe
the back
McKinley
half
Howland
of the
is
ball
right.
may have caught that line.
Could have.
Great shot. And a great replay.
That's in.
And that one's in.
I do have an eye doctor appointment on November 7th.
All right, well, here's Caitlin Riley back on the line talking about somebody who Nova would want on the line. Ooh, big hit there by DePoco. So Audrey DePoco makes her presence known.
That was an interesting point because you had 3 or 4 soft hits and then the end by Audrey.
Bang. And we noticed that when she ran off the court that she was limping just a little bit. So hopefully she's okay. Audrey DePoco, of course, along with Pam Ngando, they've been both nursing ankle injuries. And, of course, you can see from the way the game is played, ankles are,
Oh, yeah.
man, you got to have sound ankles. Winans. Comes the set. A lot of communication. Ngando has it blocked right back. So 20-15.
Let's see if Jules Bennett can bring Northern Virginia back.
And that was an ugly point, but it's a point.
How that got over the net on Marlene Morales' hit, I have no idea, but a point is a point.
And of course, the Raptors fighting for their lives here. They need this set to keep it going, to send it to 5. Otherwise, they turn the lights out.
I think
There's
it's
a back
evident.
set.
It's evident that Northern Virginia doesn't have their best setter. They're relying on Bennett really to almost set up the offense, and she's supposed to
Right.
be the biggest hitter.
That's right.
Which
That's right.
Doesn't make much sense, but you got to do what you got to do.
And they find a hole. So 21-16. The Raptors need to win this set or the match is over. Nova with a 2-1 lead in the best-of-5 format. And they pick up another point, so 22-16.
Pam Ngando at the back line again, in a good spot for the Raptors to send this to a 5th set.
And boy, she dropped it right in the donut hole.
Yep. And it's perfect placement behind the front line and in front of the back line.
And Nova's going to take a timeout here to talk things over with the score at 23-16, Raptors on top. And we're going to take a real quick break. We'll be right back with the rest of the set.
With over 3.2 billion people online globally, cybersecurity jobs are in high demand. Montgomery College offers instruction on the latest technology in our state-of-the-art cyber lab. Hands-on experience provides entry-level computer technicians a pathway to enter the workforce or to transfer to a four-year institution. For more information, visit montgomerycollege.edu/cyberprogram.
Get to MC, and we'll get you going.
And we are back to action, and we are all set for set point. To be redundant, we're all set for set point.
With Pam Nagando ready to take this into a fifth set.
24-16 Raptors. There's the serve. Napova with a nice hit. Raptors save it. Caitlin Winans. Block and point and set to the Raptors. As Montgomery College takes the fourth set, 25-16, and we're going to get a good look here at set point. There goes Lamoureux, and she hits it into the net. The block was there, but she hit it into the net. So that gives the set to the Raptors and ties it all up at 2 apiece. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back with the fifth and deciding set after this. And we're back on the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside Marcus Rosano. We are all set for the fifth and deciding set. Everything's tied up here at 2 apiece. And Marcus, taking a look at some of the stats from the fourth set, the one that jumps out at us the most, of course, is errors. 12 for Nova in that set to just 2 for the Raptors.
You know, the Raptors had their backs against the wall in that fourth set, and Nova could have taken this match away, and we could have been wrapping it up right now, but they didn't come out with that fire that they did in the third set, and the Raptors said, sure, let's go five sets, because we don't really want to go home right now, and they didn't make the errors, and here we are in the fifth set.
And Diggs for the match. For all 4 sets so far, the Raptors was 72 to 64 for Nova. That's a big stat. Nova with more attacks. They've had 144 versus 120. Kills are pretty even, 32 to 27 in Nova's favor. I'm not surprised to see them leading that stat, but it's a little closer than you might have expected given the height advantage that the Nighthawks have over the Raptors.
This is the last set for both teams before they head into the postseason.
That's right. This is your last chance to polish things up here. It all starts tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, the Raptors will play a semifinal match in the NJCAA D3 Region 20 tournament. They'll be playing against Howard. Longtime rival Howard. Doesn't seem to matter what sport it is. Howard is a rival of ours in no matter what sport it is.
As well it really should be.
Yeah, they're right up the road. And, of course, we are in the fifth set now, and it is only a 15-point set. It's still win by 2, but it goes to 15. Of course, it could go to 16 or 17, depending on the lead. You have to win it by 2, but Nova has jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead, and Nikola Napova with her game face on.
And we've got some pretty good, nice serve.
Tough serve.
And the crowd behind us is really getting into it.
It's a good crowd
it
tonight.
It is a good little crowd.
And they're vocal.
But the excitement for a fifth set really, there's a big difference. You could feel it.
And
Now
man.
that was a serious serve.
Wow.
I mean, that was a serious serve, and not only did she drill that serve, but she nailed the line.
Man. Put it in an impossible place.
Wow.
Yeah, that's tough. Let's get another look here at Napova. And there she is again. Boy, is she on a roll.
Right at Borja. And
Really,
Borja was in a bad spot.
We shouldn't be surprised. She is leading the team with 43 service aces.
It's almost like they just unleashed Napova in the fifth set. Like, where has that serve been?
Yeah. And you can see she's got three out of her first 5 serves are aces in this set. So,
and don't think for a minute that Northern Virginia doesn't realize they played a lousy fourth set.
right. Yeah. Their coach has been around. She's got 3 in this set. The Raptors have 2 players with 4 for the entire match. So Napova putting on quite an exhibition back there. Another tough one.
Right on the upper body of Barreto.
And there's Riley, and it's out.
Just a little long for Riley. Raptors finally on the board, and that moves Napova out of that service line, thankfully. And now Christiana has to make that serve and then get back up to that front so she could set. The offense is running through her all night.
Good serve. And they're going to have a tough time getting it over. They do.
Nice
Howland.
play by Howland.
There's the set for DePoco and the point. DePoco handled that one. It was close to the net that set.
You know, her ankle, it looked pretty good here. She gets some good height there.
Another tough serve. There's Napova from the back line, is too long. So the Raptors now have cut back into the lead. It's 5-3. As Christiana Wilhelm Glob trying to get something going here from the service line. Good placement again. Back set. Lamoureux. Here comes the set. Rios saves it. So 6-3 again. 5th set to 15. Win by 2. So it makes it a little more urgent when you're down 6-3. Make that 7-3.
Nice serve by Lamoureux right in the middle of that defense.
And the Raptors pick up a point to stay alive. 7-4.
Little miscommunication at the front line of the Northern Virginia Nighthawks.
And you can ill afford to fall behind by too many here in a 5th set. Here's Rios. She's had a real good night from the service line. And Napova
Nice, smart play.
picks up the point, and more importantly, it's side out for Nova as the teams switch ends. So 8-4 Nova in the 4th set, or I'm sorry, the 5th set. And Caitlin Riley back on the service line.
That could be trouble.
She has been she's been a problem back there for the Raptors. Good look at Tori Keno, first-year head coach for the Raptors. There's her assistant, Dan Smith. Dan's been here for a long time, 9 years, I believe. Great guy.
Has really helped Coach Keno. You know that.
Boy, that's for sure. He knows the ropes. He knows the league. And Nova do not like that call. They're calling it a double hit. And that was a tough one. So Ruby Barreto. And they're saying it possibly could have been interference with the net.
Still Raptors point.
There's Fields. Nice save by Lily Miller.
Yeah, the digs are piling up for the Raptors.
That's for sure.
That's
Stop
not
that.
necessarily always a good thing, though.
No, because it means the other team is on a lot of attacks.
Uh-huh.
There's Ngando. She's going to be long. So it's now 9-5.
Getting a little bit of a danger zone here for the Raptors.
We are. Fifth and deciding set. Jules Bennett on the service line. Winans, nice hit. Nice hit. They needed that.
Big point. You're right. Big point.
So that puts Marlene Morales back on the service line.
She's been a spark plug all game, Morales has.
She really has. Miller, Barreto, they got to get it over. Miller does.
Nice playing by the Raptors.
Good communication there. Whew. And a big hit.
You know, if you set up Nikola Napova properly, she can hit the ball.
Man.
And this was a great set, outside hit, just like you draw it up.
Wow. Very athletic hit. There's Winans. Get it over. Cheryl got it over. Here comes the set. Ngando, nice save in there. But the point goes to Nova. Now we're really in a danger zone here for Montgomery College. 11-6. Again, this is the fifth set, so it's only to 15. And a miss hit there by Glob. Mistimed it. 12-6 now. As Howland on the service line.
Need this point.
Napova flat-footed. Comes this. Ooh, and that's in.
Smart play.
Real smart placement there.
Sheila Sherrill knows everybody was coming up, and she puts it behind.
13-6. Raptors have got to get this point. Here it comes. Here comes the set. Ngando. Nope. Too much height there at the net. Just too much. Sheila Sherrill.
You really, to get it over those 6-footers, you really have to hit the ball high, and and MC size just isn't really there.
Set and match point here for Howland.
Nice hard serve.
And that is it. As Nova comes back to take the fifth set, 15-6, and they take the match. They take the match 3-2. We're going to take a real quick break, and then we'll be back with a look at the stats and some final thoughts. You're watching Montgomery College Volleyball on MCTV.
With over 3.2 billion people online globally, cybersecurity jobs are in high demand. Montgomery College offers instruction on the latest technology in our state-of-the-art cyber lab. Hands-on experience provides entry-level computer technicians a pathway to enter the workforce or to transfer to a four-year institution. For more information, visit montgomerycollege.edu/cyberprogram.
Interested in career success? Get to Montgomery College and we'll get you going. You can earn an associate's degree in only 2 years. With 3 campuses, award-winning faculty, and multiple online learning opportunities, Montgomery College will empower you to set your course and succeed. Want to pursue a bachelor's degree? If you start at MC, you can save 1/3 on total tuition costs of a 4-year program. Apply today.
Great play by Taney. And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside my partner Marcus Rosano, where we have just seen Northern Virginia take this volleyball match tonight, 3-2, taking that last, the fifth and deciding set, 15-6. Marcus, let's take a look at some of the stats tonight. To me, a couple of things really jump out. Attack errors, the errors in the fifth and final set. The Raptors with 7 errors versus just 3 for Nova.
You know, Nova went out and got it in the 5th set. They didn't play well in the 4th set, and in the 5th set they kind of took a step back and said, hey, you know, let's go and take this thing. But I got to hand it to the Raptors. Their 2 sophomores were injured, as we talked about. Nagando and Audrey DePoco had bad ankles. They played hard. They played tough. But one thing that I'm taking away from this match is the bright spots that I've seen in their youth. Next year, this team's going to be legit.
Yeah, that is for sure, because tonight we saw really excellent play at times from Caitlin Winans, Nicole Rios, Marlene Morales, Lily Miller on the
Wilhelm
back line.
Glob is a fantastic setter. She's giving the ball to the girls where they need to have the ball to hit. So the future is bright. It really is.
Yeah, so regardless of what happens tomorrow when they start the Region 20 tournament, I think the future is very bright here for the Raptors volleyball program under Tori Keno. I know she wishes they could have had a better first year, but you know what? She's laid a real nice foundation for what is to come. So I think this volleyball program is in great hands. And once again, our final from the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, Northern Virginia takes it 3-2. And as always, I want to thank everyone on the Montgomery College television production crew for your excellent work tonight. For Marcus Rosano, I want to thank everyone for watching, and thank you so much for tuning in to Montgomery College Volleyball on MCTV.